All right. So a couple things that I wanted to go over is doTERRA has some wellness summits that are going to be going on April and May and some in June. And what the wellness summits talk about are basically, they talk about a combination of business building, products, you know, how people got involved with doTERRA, that type of thing. So if you're interested in any of the wellness summits, and I'll post all this stuff in the business page so you can see it better. I know it's kind of hard to see on there, but I just want to go through these quickly. Let's see here. All right, then they also have regional summits. They have 4 left. Dallas, Pittsburgh, and Toronto, Canada, and Anaheim. And what the regional summits are, they talk about 100% about the products. That's it. It's just about the products on there. And again, I'm going to go through these quick, but they'll be posted in the business page. doTERRA had some new products that were released April 3rd. They have the larger shampoo and conditioner, which I'm excited about, so we don't have to keep squeezing the little bottles. Also the vegan supplements, and then a new soap that they have on there. The hygiene kits. Now I know some people thought that they could buy these, and I actually did also, for themselves, because I would kind of like to have one for myself. But actually what these are kits that they would send to an area that's in distress. So if someplace has an earthquake or a flood, that type of thing, or a tornado, right? You can go ahead and buy these for $25, and you get 25 PV. So if you need to like up your volume for any reason, and doTERRA will send these in your name to that particular area. They have a new laundry detergent, which I'm excited about. It's not new, it's just reformulated. So it has more enzymes and essential oils that's going to make it much more effective. I know some of us thought that their laundry detergent wasn't quite as great as all of their oils and their other products are, but now I think it's going to be coming, it's going to be a lot better because they've added more of the enzymes and oils to it. Also, the new empowerment bonus pool. So anybody who is Premier or Silver, every single month, if they go ahead and enroll one person is all they need, they will go ahead, doTERRA will give them an empowerment bonus, which is $190 to $200. And that's every month, and that's only enrolling by one person. But you do have to be at the rank of Silver or Premier for that. And this I already did post. April commissions are going to go ahead and they'll start running them on the 14th. But we will not, since the 15th is on the weekend, we will not start seeing our checks until between the 17th and the 20th, depending if you have them auto deposit or your checks mailed to you. And for those of you that are new that don't have your auto deposit forms, let your upline know and they can send that to you, or I can go ahead and send it to you. But that certainly is a lot easier to have it just deposited right into your bank account. That's not, okay, doTERRA also has Empowered Life series, and they do this twice a month. So this month on April 12th and 13th, it's going to be talking about mothers and babies. And then the 26th and 27th, it's going to be yoga and meditation. And you can register, these are free services, free series, and you can register at doTERRA.com, and I'll go ahead and post this link again into our builders page so you guys can see it. Okay, doTERRA has their Dominican Republic incentive trip. And basically what that is real quick is it's a trip where people, when you get a certain amount of points, you enroll a certain amount of people, doTERRA will go ahead and pay for you to go to Dominican Republic with them and things. And there'll be a link. I'll go ahead and put a link also in the business page for that so you can look at all the information regarding it. This is what's really cool for all of you. So it doesn't matter what rank you are. This is something new that doTERRA is coming out with. It's the new business advancement team. So whether you're just a consultant or you're elite, you know, executive, premier, if it's a business question, you want to call this number at 801-370-2140. And I will, again, we'll put this in our builders page. But what this is for is we have doTERRA has customer service, and those people are awesome. They're great. You can chat with them, you can talk to them, and they know their stuff about their products and things, but they don't know about the business. They weren't, trained to know about the business. So this new business advancement team is just for business questions, which makes it really, really nice because, sometimes you can't get a hold of your upline to ask them a question, and you just, you want to know the answer now and things. You can call them, and this just started April 3rd, and every day they're doubling the calls. They're getting more and more calls because people are finding out how well this is working for like the elites and the executives that don't have account managers and things. So definitely utilize them because they're going to have great information. They're going to be able to answer all of your questions. All right, so that is that as far as the announcements go on there. Does anybody have any questions regarding the announcements at all that I talked about real quick? I'm going to go ahead and post everything in the builders page. All right. So let's go ahead and just a second here. Let me get back to here and share my screen.
So with the new bonus program for Premier and Silver, when does that start?
That started last month.
Okay, so you have to.
Started in March.
Okay, so do they have to reorder, or they just place that one order?
Just place that one LRP. Yep.
Okay.
As long as you're Premier or Silver and you get one, or I'm sorry, not one LRP. As long as you enroll them with 100 PV order, then you will get that bonus.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to make an extra $200, $190.
Sure is.
Because the Silvers already get one share, which we'll go through, but that's an extra, close to a couple $100, which is a great way, and it's only one person.
That's good.
I know, it's awesome. All right, let me get my slideshow up here now. All right, I'm learning. Where'd that thing go that Fern told me to go to? Okay, hold please. Cue the music. All right, oh, here we go. Oh, yes. I did it. All right, so Scott's going to go ahead and talk about creating residual income. Like I said in the beginning, I know some of you know this like by the back of your hand, but it's always good to go over it. And, sometimes it just being explained a different way makes a little bit more sense. And you can hopefully explain it to other people. Take it away.
So we're going to talk about creating residual income, and all of us, or the majority of us that are in doTERRA that are building a business are here for a number of reasons. One of which is we want to make a little bit of money, whether we're making it just to pay some extra bills around the house or whether we're trying to get ready for retirement. And the big question is, are you ready for retirement? And the thing is that people think they're ready for retirement, but the average income for a 62-year-old in this country is $1,992 a month. That's not a tremendous amount of money. And you could just do a little bit of math and run some numbers, but pay a $500 or $700 or $800 rent, make a car payment of $200 or $300, pay your water, sewer, garbage, power, and natural gas bill, and that $1,900 is diminished a whole bunch. And so what we're looking at with residual income is how this business can create residual income that will last a long time and help us into our retirement years. So the actual estimated cost of living for a 65-year-old couple retiring this year is $220,000. And that does not include the cost for nursing home care that more than 70% of retirees will need sometime during their retirement. The average income needed for retirement in the USA is $4,500 a month, or $54,000 a year. So what's critical with that and understanding is that at 5% interest, you would need $1,080,000 in the bank to receive that $4,500 a month each month. So in a 40-year working career, you'd need to save and invest $27,000 a year. That's tough. That's a lot of money to save every year. That's above and beyond your expenses and being able to put it away. The average retirement savings at age 50 is $42,000. And that's really a sad thing. But at age 50, the average retirement savings in this country is $42,000. So for the next 15 years, in order to create that $1,080,000, you'd need to save $69,200 a year if you had a 15-year plan to retire with $4,500 a month, and that's all you needed. You would need to save in the next 15 years $69,200 per year. 75% of the people at age 50 have less than $5,000 in their bank account. That's not a lot of money in case of an emergency or if anything would go wrong. And 98% of retired people depend on family and friends, and only 2% don't, with a chance of being financially independent. So doTERRA has a solution. They've put together some really great programs, and there's some factors that you need to consider when you're looking at doTERRA as a business, or any new business for that matter. And those factors are, will it be relevant in 10 to 15 years? The essential oils will be relevant in 10 to 15 years. They've been relevant for thousands of years, more relevant at times than others, but are becoming more and more relevant every year now for the last about 10 years. Is it true? Does it work? And is there integrity? We know that there's integrity in doTERRA. We know that the oils work. We know that the business works, and we know that it's true. doTERRA had those numbers for the platinums. I wanted to share a few numbers. With you for February and March. doTERRA had 713 new silvers, 260 new gold executives, 107 new platinums, 57 new diamonds, 11 new blue diamonds, and 4 presidential diamonds. So does it work? Yeah, it works. It's working for a whole lot of people, and it can work for all of us, and it's just a fantastic business. If you didn't choose to represent it or the product, would you still use it or partake in it? And I think the answer to that for anybody that's interested in natural health care is yes. Even if you weren't using it or doing it as a business, you'd still use essential oils. I know I would,
Yeah.
and I know Julie would. And so we know that the essential oils work, and so that creates the third factor that is just awesome, and that is that even if we weren't doing this as a business, we would still use these oils, and so would a lot of other people. Excuse me. So you need to consider whether you want to haul buckets or you want to create a pipeline, and you can work real hard and haul a bunch of buckets, but if you work it right and work your business and show the oils, share the oils with people, and follow up and enroll people, after some years and time, you'll be able to turn on that spigot and everything will change, and you'll have a stream of income coming in that will take care of you into later life. This is Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, and I don't know how many of you have seen it, and some of you have and some of you haven't. but there's a number of ways to make income and how it equates to what you do. If you have a job that you go to every day, you present yourself there for a number of hours, and they pay you either hourly or a salary. But if you're not there, you don't get paid, but because you're an employee. If you're self-employed, you own your job. In other words, you can go out and do your work and do the things that you do, whether you're a consultant or a contractor or whatever it may be. And for all the time that you spend, you hope that you're going to get paid, but you still have no leverage, because if you stop doing what you're doing, you don't have any income coming in. You can be a business owner and use people to help you leverage your time. And when you do that, you have a lot better chance of creating more income. Or you can be an investor and let your money work for you. But as we just saw in a couple of slides before, it would take $1,080,000 to create $4,500 a month at 5%. So if you have that kind of money, that's a good way to do it. And if you want to create $15,000 a month, then have about $3.3 million to put in the bank, and they'll be happy to send you a check. But most people don't have that. And so what we're going to show in the next slides is how doTERRA can help you create that type of an income. So what else does doTERRA have, and why is this authentic network marketing? We have a built-in business model. It includes product sourcing, order fulfillment, billing, and customer service. We have a built-in education system to teach you product knowledge, entrepreneurship, and leadership. The entry cost is the cost of the products for your own household and your own level of commitment. We have unlimited earning potential. We have a high retention rate. Right now, the retention rate is about 65%. Nationally, with other network marketing companies, it's between 12 and 18%. So we're with the right company, and we have flexibility on how we work, when we work, and where we work. So here's the compensation plan, and this just helps explain it a little bit in depth. But wellness advocates earn 25% profit on purchases made by their retail customers. Every wellness advocate has their own website and landing page where customers can purchase doTERRA products. Each enroller must have a 100 PV LRP order. Bonus is paid on new enrollees PV for their first 60 days. You can earn 20% of personal enrollment purchases, earn 10% of second generation enrollment purchases, and earn 5% of third generation enrollment purchases. Qualified LRP orders of 100 plus are required to participate. Place 3 qualified wellness advocates on your front line, and cumulative sales from you and your front line needs to total 600 PV. When that happens, when you place 3 people on your qualified wellness advocates on your front line, you will receive a bonus from doTERRA each month of $50. Now remember that the cumulative needs to be 600 PV. So that's the 3 people plus you, 600 PV, and you get a $50 check. You also have a unilevel organization bonus monthly, and that's 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. That's like a phone number. I remember it. I just keep it in my brain. And so for your first level, you're going to receive 2%. Second level, 3%. All the way down to the 6th and 7th level of 6% and 7%.
Next.
Yeah. We have leadership bonus pools monthly. The company takes 6% of global sales and splits it up between 5 leadership bonus pools. 2% is split between silver, gold, and platinum ranks. 1% is split between diamond, blue diamond, and presidential diamond. 1% split between diamonds, 1% split between blue diamonds, and 1% is split between presidential diamonds. So for
Sorry.
a diamond will receive their average portion of that is $4,000, a blue diamond $12,000, and a presidential diamond $35,000 per month.
That's per month. That's a lot of money.
So personal LRP of 100 PV is required to achieve a rank. PV equals personal volume resulting from your own purchases. OV equals overall sales volume produced by your organization. An enrollership on qualified wellness advocate is required to advance ranks.
And we'll explain that a little bit more.
To be an executive, you need 2,000 overall volume, an elite 3,000 overall volume, a premier needs 5,000 overall volume through 2 legs.
And those 2 elites need to go ahead and be personally sponsored to you.
So the average income for a silver in doTERRA is $2,200 a month. And to be silver, you would need 3 elites beneath you personally sponsored. The average income for gold is $4,800 a month. The gold would need 3 premiers personally sponsored below them. A platinum, the average income is $8,800 a month. They would need 3 silvers beneath them. The average income for a diamond is $16,900 a month and requires 4 silvers beneath them. The average income, now we're talking about some serious change. The average income for a blue diamond is $41,600 a month and requires 5 golds beneath them. And then the presidential diamond, $114,300 a month, and it requires 6 platinums. So here's the true value of the power of 3. If you have the power of 3 for a year, you will have received the level 1 power of 3, which is a $50 bonus per month. You will have received $600. Well, in order to receive $600 from the investment side of things, you would need $12,000 in the bank at 5% interest. So the average time it's taking right now to build to a level 1 power of 3 is 3 months. So I got to ask, how long does it take to save $12,000 in extra cash? It can take a while. I mean, it just depends on your financial situation, but it can take a while.
Well, that's like $1,000 a month you'd have to put away. And I know when I used to work for somebody, I wouldn't have never been able to put $1,000 a month away into savings.
And then level 2 is $250 bonus. And that bonus would equate to having $60,000 in the bank. You would have $3,000 a year if you had it every month for a year. And the average time is 6 months to build that. And so then you got to ask again, how long does it take to save $60,000 in extra cash? Just kind of depends again where you are. But for most people, it would take a long time. Level 3 is $1,500 bonus, $18,000 a year. You'd need $360,000 in the bank, and that really makes it worthwhile when you're getting an extra $18,000 a year. Now, this is just the power of 3 bonuses. This doesn't include unilevel. It doesn't include your fast start bonuses.
Leadership bonuses.
Your leadership bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the power of 3 bonuses that doTERRA offers. So just using the power of 3, you have the opportunity with doTERRA to make an additional $600,000 to $18,000 a year in one set of bonuses alone. The silver rank at $2,200 a month is the equivalent of $528,000 invested, and an average time it takes to build to silver is 1 year. So if you did this part-time and built your business to silver and you were averaging $2,200 a month, you could pat yourself on the back because you've created something that's the equivalent of having $500,000 in the bank. And the gold rank, the average time is one additional year, and $54,000 is the average. And if you did that, you could pat yourself on the back twice because you'd have the equivalent of $1.8 million in residual income. So it would take you $1,080,000 to create at 5% that $54,000 a year.
Which 5% is really hard to find these days for your money. You're lucky about 2%.
Anybody have any good leads on 5%? Let me know. I can pass it around a little bit. That's safe and real. So here is the earnings for 2015. This is the earnings and disclosure summary. Some of these numbers have changed a little bit, although I did see a slide recently that showed, and it showed the new numbers, and they're not dramatically changed. So a silver at 26.6 is the average. That's 62% of the doTERRA leaders are silvers. Gold's $59,000 average, 23% of doTERRA leaders are gold. Platinum's $115,000 average, 5% of the leaders are platinums. Diamonds, $205,000 average, 7% of the leaders are diamonds. Blue diamonds, 462. Presidential diamonds, $1,353,000 per year. Less than 1% are presidential diamonds and 2% are blue diamonds. But you can see how these numbers almost double each time. So that if you look at this as a business and you're working at it and growing your business, when you get to silver, you're at 26.6 roughly as an average, and work a little bit harder and go to gold, you've just about doubled your income. And the same thing with platinum, almost doubled it again, and then double again, almost double again for diamond. So it's a value to achieve the new ranks. So here's a 10-year plan, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to build your doTERRA business, as long as you don't stop. You just keep hammering away at it. A building doesn't come down when they use a wrecking ball to destroy a building. It's got to hit the building maybe 1,000 times before it's taken down. So if it takes you a year, 4 years, 10 years to build your business, it doesn't matter. Just keep working at it, and it'll happen. So it's, what do you want to create? A 2 to 5 year retirement plan? You can do it. A 2 to 5 year retirement plan is completely possible, and all you need to do is share the oils, enroll customers and builders, and launch builders who do the same, and follow up with all of them. If all you want to do is earn some extra spending money, you can do that, $300 to $600 a month with the Elite through Premier income goal, and you can do it in 3 to 5 hours a week. It's not terribly hard to do. You just have to keep at it.
And that doesn't even include for Premiers the new bonus of $190 to $200 if you enroll one person with 100 PV order. That's an extra $200 right there.
With Premier through Gold, you might spend a little bit more time, 10 to 15 hours a week. But it's all doable, and it's all a matter of just sharing the oils, following up, enrolling people, and sharing the oils. Just share them with everybody that you can. And here's where we get real serious, because you're replacing and multiplying your income. You might spend 15 to 30 hours a week. You can go Elite in a month, Silver in 2 to 3 months, and Diamond in 1 to 3 years, and have an income of $4,916 to $112,750 a month.
Now, it's not to say, because we had this call just a couple hours ago, it's not to say that you're going to work. You might work more hours than that. Like I work probably at least 30 hours, 40 hours or so. But other times we can take a day or two off. We don't have to work. So it just depends on what you're willing to work. And sometimes like obviously you think, oh, I just worked 8 hours sitting at my desk, well, those 8 hours probably spent about 30 minutes, scrolling through Facebook because it just happens to be there. Somebody dinged in on me. So when you're working, really focus on working, whether it be working your doTERRA job or if you have another job that you work at home, maybe set times so you don't get distracted. Because I'm the first one. I mean, I sat there and watched that stupid giraffe for about 20 minutes today. Do nothing. And Kelly got me hooked on that. Thank you, Kelly.
That giraffe needs to go away. It's costing millions of dollars in productivity. So set a 30-day non-negotiable goal. Figure out where you want to be and just set a goal to be there, and maybe share that goal with somebody else so that you've got somebody that you've shared it with, and they might ask you after that 30 days, hey, did you make it? And if you don't make it, set it again and try again. Create a names list of all the people you think could benefit from doTERRA, and then schedule presentations. Schedule as many of them as you can, 4 classes, 15 one-on-ones, any combination during a month, and it'll come. It just takes multiple times of presenting, sharing, showing the business opportunity to people. And a lot of times as a man, when I'm talking to somebody, I may share some deep blue with somebody and then they say, wow, what is this? And the conversation will completely switch to residual income and the financial side of it. Yeah, the deep blue works great and they love the deep blue, but what can they really make and what does it need to be? So don't be afraid to share the business opportunity at the same time, or at least what can be made with the business. So while you're working at this, you're creating an asset. And this, it really can be a 4-year retirement plan. In 4 years, it's very, very possible to make $4,500 a month with doTERRA. In fact, it's complete reality. It's awesome. This video that is put up here with David Ellis it's an entertaining video, and it's the power of residual income. It goes over basically everything that was gone over in the previous slides, but it's done in a more, kind of a personal way, in a funny way, with some humor and everything else in it. And it's an awesome video to watch if you find yourself, and we, I find myself sometimes, wow, are we spending too much time doing this, or what do we need to do next? I go back and I watch it again. I've watched it probably 5 times in the last year, and it just resets my mind to what we do it for. And Julie and I do this business for 2 reasons. One is to help people, and the other one is to set ourselves up for retirement. And the residual income from doTERRA is fantastic, and this video explains it great, and it's a fun video to watch. So you're free to choose, but make the choices you make today will determine what you have, be, and do in the tomorrow of your life. I choose to be free and plan my own path, plan your own path, and it'll all come together.
So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know, we talked about, let me get out of here, just a second here, hit escape, I did, oh well. With, people see that I've got these enrollments and things, but you've got to realize when you have high enrollments, you contact a lot of people. So I probably physically spoke to over 200 people last month, and I got 15 enrollments. So it's a numbers game. It's just a numbers game. That's really what it is. We talked to people, and like the waitress wanted to know why I was putting a drop of lemon oil in my water the other day when we were when we were down at the coast. I just told her, you know what, it's a great detox, and I just like the way it tastes. So there's a contact right there, boom. You know, there's just so many different ways that you can contact people. It doesn't have to be, you know, your 100 friends that you have. You know, it can be through like through the posts on Facebook. Somebody might comment on something, you know, you might comment back, you know, and start a conversation that way. So there's several different ways. Think outside of the box with as far as who you're going to go ahead and contact. Because there's several different ways. I thought, gosh, I never have 100 people, right? But the more you start thinking about, you know, when you're at like about a year ago, I was at like a Whole Foods. Somebody was looking at diffusers. I went over, shaking in my boots, but I started up a conversation regarding diffusers with the people, right? And all of a sudden, we started talking about oils and things. So I didn't get that person. She didn't sign up as a wellness advocate, but you know what? It built up my confidence in myself for being able to go and talk to people and things. So there's so many different ways to connect. And Scott and I, we're just regular people, you guys. We are just regular people, and you can do it too. You guys can do this. I know you can. You know, we're grandparents, you know, grandma and grandpa, you know, ride our Harley. We're just regular old people.
Anybody from any age group that's, well, over 18 can do this. And I've seen and met people who are a lot older than us that have gone to Diamond, Blue Diamond, and then I've seen people that are a lot younger than us that have done the same thing. So it's just a matter of getting out there and talking to people, sharing the oils, and educating people all around you about essential oils, and it'll come.
It really will. Does anybody have any question? I'm going to stop the recording right now.